Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to day 14 of the 30-day movie challenge, where today's question is a movie that I love that everybody hates. And I knew the answer to this one straight away. It was just the easiest thing to come to my mind. And that is Queen of the Damned. So why this pick? Well, because it's not that, well, it is bad. Trust me, it is bad. But it's so, to me, it's so bad that it's good. You know, as the sequel to Interview with a Vampire that had none of the original cast return, and it essentially is a dumpster fire of a movie where they try to cram Lestat's backstory and a part of the third book together. You know, taking the worst bits of both and then and merging them together. That's where that's why we have this terrible of a film. But I still like it. You know, I still like it. Like the I probably should have looked up the names of these people before doing this. Hold on, let me actually go rectify this before I continue my sentence. Okay, so I went and grabbed my other phone because I didn't have the actors and actresses' names written down for this. So this way I won't be like trying to think of the name even though I didn't really know the name until I actually looked it up. So anyway, Stuart Townsend as Lestat. I think he did a pretty good job. I really did like his Lestat, and it also kind of, you know, introduced me to a lot of that music growing up. With the having different vocalists there, from the likes of Chester Bennington, Marilyn Manson, just the lead, Frank Durst, the lead singer of Disturbed, you know, all that type of music. This was my somewhat first introduction to this side of the music, which then it would take years for me to actually go to like it. But yeah, I think he did a really good job as Lestat. Alia, or however you pronounce it, the up and coming R&B artist that sadly died before this film even came out. This was her last project, which is heartbreaking to see because she was a phenomenal in this part of Queen Akasha. You know, she done absolutely amazing in this role. It's also was my first proper introduction to Paul McGann before I even became a fan of Doctor Who, or I might have been a fan of Doctor Who at the time. No, I definitely watched it before I got into Doctor Who. So I didn't know of him by that point. Um, you know, and like I said, I do return to the soundtrack, to be honest, and I actually did rewatch it recently enough, and it still holds up, you know, and I was listening to the soundtrack for ages after that. So yeah, like it's my guilty pleasure movie. It's definitely one of my honest to God guilty pleasure movies that I enjoy to come back to every now and again, especially the soundtrack, because that soundtrack slaps. It has no right being as good of a soundtrack as it is. But then why did I pick that for the movie with the best soundtrack? It was because obviously Star Trek is going to clear it easily. You know, Wrath of Khan is going to clear this movie soundtrack easily. But anyway, that has been my pick for day 14. Let me know what your guilty pleasure or a movie that you love that everybody hates is in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back here again for day 15. So let's see what day 15 is going to hold.